How's it going, everyone? This is Dr. Brent Pritt with the Science of Falling, and today I'm going to be teaching you the sideways shoulder roll. Now this technique is super simple if you've mastered the forward shoulder roll. So I need you to go watch that video that I put up a few weeks ago on that technique itself. Now this technique, like I said, is super simple. If you know the forward shoulder roll, you'll pick this one up within a minute or two. So let me show you what this actually looks like, and we'll break it down just a little bit and get you on your way. All right, so that is the sideways shoulder roll. Now, if you notice, I got this line on my mat. Now, to learn this technique, I really want you to use some sort of line, whether that be tape on the ground, whether that be a football field line, a line in the sand. I don't really care what it is, but I want you to have a line because then we can actually focus on our trajectory and actually gauge how well we're doing this technique by how well we can stay within the line, or on the line rather. Now this line should give us a track for our shoulder to opposite hip like we talked about in that forward shoulder roll video. If we are not on that line of the back on this line, we're going to go either forwards or backwards, which can lead to other safety issues if there's objects in our environment when we're falling. Now, like I said, this technique is super easy to learn if you know the forward shoulder roll. And the reason is, it's exactly the same technique, but with a different entrance position. So let's talk about that a little bit. Now that we have the line here, I want you to use that line kind of as a gauge for where you're going to be putting your hands, as well as rolling over from your shoulder to your opposite hip. When we enter this technique, you want to come sideways onto that line with the shoulder that you roll on. That hand is going to be the furthest away. Then you're going to bring the opposite hand, make that Illuminati triangle that we've talked about before, onto that line. And again, these hands are going to basically be your guide down to your shoulder blade to initiate that roll. And that is essentially the biggest difference between this and the forward shoulder roll, is that when we're coming into it, we're coming sideways. And we're ending up in the same exact rolling position, but then you're also going to come out sideways as well. So it's a little bit off kilter in your brain the first couple times you do it. But if you master that forward shoulder roll, again, it's exactly the same thing. It's just at different entering positions with the hands next to you instead of out in front of you. So try that out. Practice it a lot, but you'll probably be able to get it halfway decent the first time you try it. Now, again, you can progress this just like we did with the forward shoulder roll by adding height, either standing up a little bit or jumping into it sideways, adding some sideways speed into it, whichever way you want to do that, and just making it a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more speed into it. As the roll gets faster, you get more disoriented, and really just try to play around with it. Now this technique is good for anything in this kind of general region right here. And matter of fact, if you think about it, now that we know the forward shoulder roll technique, we have this entire front 180 degrees under our control once you have the sideways version down as well. So we have all this safety now from learning these two techniques. So have fun learning it. Drop some questions down in the comments if you got anything like that. Check out the forward shoulder roll if you still need to master that, you need to brush up on that technique a little bit, and we'll see you next time.